What are fungi? Lesson 2 is Chapter 8. What are fungi? Why would you guess the world's largest organism? A fungus in Oregon is the largest organism ever measured by scientists. It stretches almost 9 kilometers squared. Fungi, like protists, are eukaryotes. Scientists estimate more than 1.5 million species of fungi exist. Fungi form long thread-like structures that grow into large tangles, usually underground. These structures will absorb minerals and water, are called hyphae. These hyphae create a network called the mycelium, shown in Figure 10. The fruiting body of the mushroom, the part of the above ground, is also made of hyphae. Fungi are heterotrophs, meaning that they cannot make their own food. Some fungi are parasites, obtaining nutrients from living organisms. Fungi dissolve their food by releasing chemicals that decompose organic matter. Fungi then absorb the nutrients. Types of fungi. Scientists group fungi based on how they look and how they reproduce. Although fungi can reproduce sexually or asexually, almost all reproduce asexually by producing spores. Spores are small reproductive cells with a strong protective outer covering that spores can grow into new individuals. The classification of fungi often changes as scientists learn more about them. Today, scientists recognize 4 groups of fungi: club fungi, sac fungi, zygote fungi, and imperfect fungi. As technology helps scientists understand more about fungi, the categories might change. Club fungi. When you think of fungi, you might think of mushrooms. Mushrooms belong to the group called club fungi. They are named for crab-like shape of their reproductive structures. However, the mushroom is just one part of the fungus. The part of the mushroom that grows above the ground is a structure called a basidocarp. Inside the basidocarp are bacida, reproductive structures that produce sexual spores. Most of a club fungus is a network of hyphae that grows underground and absorbs nutrients. Many club fungi are named for their various shapes and characteristics. Club fungi include puffballs, like those at the beginning of the lesson, stinkhorns, and the buds nest fungi shown in Figure 11. There is even a club fungus that glows in the dark due to chemical reactions in its basidocarp. Sac fungi. Do you know what bread and diaper rash have in common? A type of sac fungi causes bread dough to rise. A different sac fungus is responsible for a rash that babies can develop of dense skin under their diapers. Many sac fungi cause diseases in plants and animals. Other common sac fungi, such as truffles and morels, are harvested by people for food. Like club fungi, sac fungi are named for their reproductive structures. These ascus is the reproductive structure when spores develop on sac fungi. The ascus often look like the bottom of tiny bag or sac. The spores from sac fungi are called ascospores. Sac fungi can undergo both sexual and asexual reproduction. Many yeasts are sac fungi, including the common yeast used to make bread, as shown in Figure 12. When the yeast is mixed with water and warmed, the yeast cell becomes activate. They begin cellular respiration and release carbon dioxide gas. This causes the bread dough to rise. Zygote fungi. Another type of fungus can cause bread to develop mold. Bread mold, like the type shown in Figure 12, is caused by a type of fungus called zygote fungus. You might also find zygote fungi growing in moist areas, such as a damp basement or on a bottom shower curtain. The hyphae of zygote fungus grow over materials such as bread, dissolving the material and absorbing nutrients. Tiny stalks called zygosporangia formed when the fungus undergoes sexual reproduction. The zygosporangia releases spores called zygospores. These zygospores will then fall on other materials where new zygote fungi might grow. Imperfect fungi. How are itchy feet and blue cheese connected? They can be caused by imperfect fungi. You might have the athlete's foot infection, an infection that causes flaking and itching in the skin of the feet. The imperfect fungus that causes athlete foot grows and reproduces easily in the moist environment near a shower or in a sweaty shoe. The blue color you see in the blue cheese comes from colonies of different types of imperfect fungi. They are added to milk or the curd during the cheese making process. Imperfect fungi are named because scientists have not observed a sexual or perfect reproduction stage in their life cycle. Since fungi are classified according to the shape of their reproductive structures, these fungi are left out or labeled imperfect. Often, after a species of imperfect fungi is studied, the sexual stage is observed. The fungi is then classified as a club sac, or zygote fungus based on the observations. The importance of fungi. Do you like chocolate, carbonated sodas, cheese, or bread? If so, you might agree that fungi are beneficial to humans. Fungi are involved in the production of many foods and other products as shown in figure 13. Some fungi are used as a meat substitute because they are high in protein and low in cholesterol. Other fungi are used to make antibiotics. Decomposers. Fungi help create food for people to eat, but they are also important because of the things they eat. As you read earlier, the fungi are an important part of an environment because they break down dead part of animal matter as shown in figure 14. Without fungi and other decomposers, dead plants and animals would pile up year after year. Fungi also help break down pollution, including pesticides in soil. Without fungi to destroy it, the pollution will build up in the environment. Living thing need nutrients. The nutrients available in the soil would eventually be used up if they were not replaced by decomposing plants and animal matter. Fungi help put these nutrients back into the soil for plants to use. Fungi and plant roots. Plants benefit from fungi in other ways too. Many fungi or plants grow together, helping each other. Recall that fungi take in minerals and water through hyphae or thread-like structures that grow under the surface. The roots of the plants and hyphae of the fungi weave together to form a structure called mycorrhiza. Mycorrhizae can exchange molecules as shown in figure 15. As fungi break down decaying matter in the soil, they make nutrients available to the plant. They also include water absorption by increasing the surface area of the plant's roots. Fungi cannot photosynthesize or make their own food using light energy. Instead, the fungi and the mycorrhizae take in some of the sugars from the plant's photosynthesis. The plants benefit by receiving more nutrients and water. The fungi benefit and continue to grow by using plant sugars. Scientists suspect that most plants gain some benefit from mycorrhizae. Health and medicine. You might recall that many protists can be harmful to humans and environments. This is true of fungi as well. A small number of people die every year after eating poisonous mushrooms or spoiled food containing harmful fungi. You do not have to eat fungi for them to make you sick or uncomfortable. You already read that fungi causes athlete's foot rashes and diaper rashes. Some fungi cause allergies, pneumonia, and thrush. Thrush is an yeast infection that grows in the mouths of infants and people with weak immune systems. Although fungi can cause diseases, scientists also use them as making important medicines. Antibiotics such as penicillin are among the valuable medications made from fungi. An accident resulted in the discovery of penicillin. Alexander Fleming was contaminated his experiment and killed the bacteria. After years of research, the fungi was used to make an antibiotic similar to the penicillin used today. Figure 16 illustrates how penicillin affects bacterial growth. Over time, some bacteria have become resistant to many of antibiotics used to fight illness. New antibiotics need to be developed to treat the same disease. As new species of fungi are discovered and studied, scientists might find new sources of antibiotics and medicine. What are lichens? Do you recall the photo of the beginning of the chapter? The structure pictured is a lichen. A lichen is a structure formed by when a fungi, certain other photosynthetic organism grows together. Usually, a lichen consists of sac fungus of a clove fungus that lives in a partnership with either a green alga or a photosynthetic bacterium. The fungus hyphae grow in a layer around the algae cells. Green algae and photosynthetic bacteria are autotrophs, which means they can make their own food using photosynthesis. Lichens are similar to mycorrhizae, because both organisms benefit from the partnership. The fungus provides water and minerals, while the bacterium or alga provides the sugar and oxygen from the photosynthesis. The importance of lichens. Imagine living on a sunny rock cliff like the one in figure 17. Not many organisms can live there because there is little to eat. A lichen, however, is well suited to this harsh environment. The fungus can also absorb water and help break down rocks and obtain minerals from alga or bacterium. They can photosynthesize and make food for the fungus. Once lichens are established in an area, it becomes a better environment for the organisms. Many animals that live in harsh conditions survive by eating lichens. Plants benefit from lichens because the fungi help break down rocks and create soil. Plants can also then grow in the soil, creating food source for other organisms in the environment.